Hello there. Welcome back to Mindful Musings. I'm Dee Dee, your host. I'm an energy alchemist, sound bowl practitioner, and an intuitive. How was your weekend? Your long weekend, hopefully. Mine was good. It's been very rainy here, which actually I've been really enjoying. It's very calming. It's been very cool. As you can tell, I still get to wear my fuzzy tops. I love my fuzzy tops. So, but it's been good. So, hopefully you have been taking care of yourself, getting rest, staying hydrated, being grounded, and tuning into yourself. Hopefully. Remember, get grounded, get those feet on the floor, Mother Earth. Breathe and become present. Because again, that is how we are going to get through all this. Hi, Asia. Hi, sweetheart. What you doing? Asia's come to visit. Oh, not anymore. She's, no, thank you. No paparazzi. No paparazzi. Oh, so yeah. Not really sure what I have to say, if anything. So I, of course, going to be an open channel, only from the highest of highs, for truth and speaking only love. My spirit team. See what comes forward, if anything. But my gardens are growing, especially the front yard container garden. Whoa, it's so green and overpacked because, I kind of put too many seeds in the containers, but that's okay. And it's got full sunlight. My backyard gardens, it's growing much slower because it's in full shade. I must admit, time will tell, because it has been abnormally cloudy and rain. So we'll see once the sun starts coming out. It may flourish more, but it is growing. However, I must admit, I think I am growing more mushrooms than anything else. So that has become my morning ritual. I go out and I say hello to the garden. I go, okay. And then I pick little mushrooms in there. I am not exaggerating when I say it's probably picking 500 to 1,000 mushrooms out of that little raised bed a day. I was talking with my husband about it, and I said, oh, these mushrooms. I said, I'm grateful, because that means the soil is fertile, and I know there's spiritual meanings to the mushrooms and all that, so I always give gratitude for it. He just kind of looked at me, he just went, knock yourself out, sweetheart. He goes, but just kind of remember that mushrooms are a fungus, and a fungus kind of like, probably 1 billion spores. So I had to laugh, because I'm sure there's lessons in there, lessons of futility or lessons of continually optimistic, or tending to the garden and keeping it as clean as possible, and also knowing that the mushrooms really are not harming anything. I'm sure they're benefiting as well. It's just, if I allowed them to, they would take over the entire thing. It would just be a mushroom garden, and not necessarily the kind that you would eat. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, that's my garden story. Lot of mushrooms. But I do like to think that the fairies are happy, because then the little fairies have their little umbrellas. Oh, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So that, and then I've been making a little container garden of herbs, different plants, researching what plants are good for repelling mosquitoes, because that is a huge issue, well, especially since it's been rainy. I'm sure the humidity, everything soon. But all I have to do is step outside, and the mosquitoes just love me. So, so I've been having fun with that, with my little, lemongrass and lemon balm and peppermint and spearmint, lavender, purple basil, regular basil, and and then the little citronella plant as well. So we'll see if it works. If not, it's still pretty to have it just right around where I like to sit on the deck. Okay, so that's my story. That's you're updated. I've been this morning. I just really got the urge to purge. So I did. We already had some sacks of clothes and stuff that we were going to donate. But all of a sudden I just went, okay, and gathered a lot more clothing and shoes. I'm not a shoe hound in the regular thing, like not a fashion statement. It's just that throughout the years, my feet have had, I've worked retail, and that means 8 to 12 to 14, however many hours on your feet moving around, and it's usually on a cement floor. So I've had issues over the years of trying to find something comfortable, and I find something comfortable and it only works for a little while. Anyway, a lot of investing in different kinds of shoes. So I finally had to take a look and go, okay, I'm retired. I can let go of a lot of this stuff now. And I let go of my old character shoes and my tap shoes and some of these other shoes that I had purchased for shows that I was in. So it was very cleansing, and enjoyed it. Took all there were like 9 big trash bags of clothing, and then plus several of my shoes. And I finally gave away my Uggs, donated my Uggs. I had like 4 pair of Uggs that I'd purchased when I was still living in LA. Well, hello, that's almost 20 years ago. And my feet are bigger, but I wouldn't let go of my Uggs because of sentimental value, because it was California. It's my LA connection. And I loved them, but I was never allowed to wear them to work. When I got here in Kansas, you cannot wear Uggs. And so anyway, again, don't know why I'm telling you all this. I guess just to spur thoughts and to encourage you, if you have further purging to do on this new moon energy, to let go, as we are all releasing what we no longer need, what no longer serves us. And it's important to let go of that to make room for the new, to make room for that which will serve us and who we are now. So I guess that was why I was telling you the story. And, I guess that's also kind of what I was doing with the mushrooms, is picking them out to make room for the wildflowers. It's all about right now, I think for all of us, is we are still really releasing, letting go. And there are different traumas along the way that are rearing their little faces, little emotional things. Go, allow yourself, give yourself permission to feel it, to experience, so you can release it. We're not regressing. We are just continually cleansing, because we are preparing. We are in preparation for creating the new world. And remember, it's not necessarily a new world externally. The energy has to be there first. Energy, and then the form. Form follows thought. Yeah. So we all have to keep focusing on ourselves in terms of raising our vibration, becoming more consciously aware of creating the unity, and the unity within us, the unity of the masculine and feminine, shadow and light. We must be a unified self in order to create unity out in the world, because we have to possess that energy. And then we will attract like, and then be able to create this world. But remember, it all starts as energy. And just another thing that was coming in, because I was chatting with a friend, have faith, keep the faith. What if things are happening exactly as they are supposed to be happening? And what if those beings whose behavior appears to be extraordinarily, corrupt and selfish and gluttonous, what if those beings are simply beings who forgot they were light? And what if they are serving a tremendous service to humanity in terms of showing humanity what we don't want, in unifying humanity into what we do want to create, which is a reality, which is a world of love, of compassion, of unity, of equality and equity, of not hoarding the wealth, but of all of us supporting each other. Just play that little what if game when you get tempted to get stuck, or not even stuck, but when you go there to that place of, and just, of fear, of anger, or whatever, do your best to come back to that calm place. And what if it's playing out exactly as it's supposed to? And that because of the grotesqueness, and that's a judgment on my part, but of the grotesqueness of the behaviors, it is shedding light on that corruption that has squashed us for eons, that is no longer part of the matrix that we are forming, the new shiny grid, the sparkly neurons, all that. It is shining light on it so that we choose differently. And know that it is global. The global is unifying. So perhaps, maybe yes, maybe no, I don't know. That's simply my opinion. But I did just want to offer that because I know it can be gut punch and heartbreaking. And that we then really have to focus on coming back to ourselves and what we wish to create, and trusting that there is a plan, and that we as humanity, we as beings of light, the more we can come into that peace inside of ourselves, then we will know what right action is for us to take in the right timing. It's not going to be in our timing. Sorry. It's going to be in perfect timing. Okay. And so that is, let me see if any of my little oracle cards, with the assistance of my spirit team, have a message for us to help guide us through these challenging times, to help keep us lifted up in joy and in gladness, in laughter, and in love, in gratitude, so that we don't succumb to the negativity, Because remember, it's like, I don't know, the spirit team just sent me this sign, the do not feed the bears. It was a big sign that says, do not feed the fear. Do not feed the fear. Do not feed the darkness. Start it with light and love. That's okay. So, open to receiving only messages that are from my highest guides and highest beings of light and divine truth, for the highest and greatest good of all concerned, and for entertainment purposes and spiritual purposes. All right. Okay. Although this is actually very, I may have to put these cards over on the other end, but I love these cards, and it's also, I think, extraordinarily appropriate since this is the new moon and we've got portals and all that stuff going on at gateways. So that this is the Gateway Oracle cards. Denise Lynn, we ask the messages and guidance as we approach the end of May into the month of June, with all the astrologies indicating that June could be an incredible month of new energy, fresh energy, and as Gemini, as we are into Gemini, the communication and creativity. So ask for any guidance for the highest and greatest good. Oh, well, okay, dokie. Of course. I love Denise Lynn. I love trusting your intuition. My life is truly guided. Yes, indeed. And that's kind of what we were touching on a little bit earlier. Trust that the universe has a plan. Trust in your divine guidance. And trust that you are the one to access the guidance for yourself by being calm, being centered, being still. Take time to just be still, to be away from your phone, away from any screen time, away from the noise, away from anyone else. Ideally, maybe going outside and being grounded with Mother Earth to find that still, quiet place where you can breathe. And then just let the mind do what it does. You just observe it. But then allow the quiet. And in the quiet, you will receive messages. Because our divine spirit team, our divine angelic team, the celestial beings, they're all around us, waiting to assist. But we need to get still enough, quiet enough, in order to receive the messages. And again, it's you may not hear it all. You may see something. You may come across a conversation a little bit later. You may look at a title of a book or see a paragraph. There's so many ways that our spirit team gets messages to us. So it's just really important to get still first in order to receive that guidance and how it resonates within you. If the resonance is one of peace, calm, and love, then that is from the highest realms. If it resonates in fear, chances are that's lower negative energies. Let that one go. Just let it go. Let's see if this is what Denise had to say. Maybe yes, maybe no. Listen with your heart and act on your instincts. Trust that you are being guided, as the messages you are receiving are in your highest good. Follow the messages from Spirit. The universe wants you to know that your intuition is the vehicle for messages from your spirit. If in the past you followed your instincts and then later it seemed to be the wrong move, don't let that keep you from trusting your intuition now. Because often, with the perspective of time, the things that seemed like mistakes were actually your best experiences. Know that there are spiritual guides, allies, angels surrounding you. And as you open up to your intuition, you will sense their loving presence and profound messages. Questions you could ask is, if I knew what my high self was trying to tell me, what would it be saying? That's always a good one. When I'm journaling, I'll say, do you have any messages for me? Or I'll just high self and just stream of consciousness, see what comes out. So trusting your intuition, tapping into that grace from the silence. Didn't even see that, but yes, tapping into that grace, emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace. That is beautiful. As we always ask to learn with grace and ease, extend yourself grace, extend yourself forgiveness, extend grace to others. Grace is just such a beautiful feeling as I open my soul to the grace. There, by the grace of God, go I. There are no mistakes. And as we tap into our intuition, we will be directed, we will be guided. And just keep trusting and knowing your experiences. We don't have to put a place of judgment of good, bad, right, wrong, or whatever. It's just our experiences are our experiences. And that experience is what our soul needed to learn. Because remember, we are divine beings, we are divine souls in a human body. We are having this wonderful human experience, and we came here to experience being human. And so those experiences sometimes are quite painful, yet we learn. And when we can still keep our heart open, we may shut it for a moment, but then we open it back up and extended grace to ourselves. And we have learned and we have progressed. And we could create better. If we knew better, we would create better. But we're learning and we're continuing to that. So please be gentle with yourself. Extend grace to yourself and others. I like that, emerging in grace. All is well. You can relax and let go, for your path is divinely guided. Gifts from the Creator are pouring into your life. Gratitude abounds. a spirit of grace is softly unfolding in your life. Universe wants you to know, in the stillness of retreat, the gifts of spirit will emerge at your feet. In gratitude and thankfulness, an opening into the deepest spiritual realms is occurring. Simply be ready and be open as the waves of sacred love will pour into your heart. Grace is growing within you so that more and more you serve as a safe sanctuary for others. Questions to ask: how does the Spirit of grace want to work in my life? And what has blocked it from filling my life in the past? And if I truly let go, open myself to grace, what will unfold? Pretty beautiful messages, very calming, very loving, and both all reminding us to tune in and to remember that we are divinely guided, we are divinely protected. But remember to invoke the highest good, invoke the guidance from your spirit team, the angels, because they will not interfere without your permission. You need to invite and ask them to. All is well. Remember, what we focus on is what we create. So focus on that which brings you joy, which fills your heart, which fills you with grace. Living in grace. Oh, it's just so beautiful. It almost brings tears to my eyes to extend that kind of love and grace of just being embraced by unconditional loving. I don't know how much better that can get. So anyway, I think I will call that it for right now. I hope you received some guidance, some laughs, some chuckles, or maybe moved your spirit a little bit, knowing that you're not alone. We are in this together, and the universe has a plan. And what we are in charge of is ourselves, and being the greatest beacon of light and love and sovereignty as we can. Be that light and love for yourself and others. All right, my dears, you know, be grounded, breathe, call in Mother Earth energy, call in cosmic gold, let those energies flow throughout to release any of that stuck energy and to allow you to dissolve and transmute, alchemize that which no longer serves you. Use the new moon energy to release and invite grace into your life. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, so we can grow our community. Much love, my dear ones. Thank you so much. Be good to you. Go do something fun. Okay? Go watch a comedy, laugh, drink some tea, nurture yourself. Self-care is not a luxury at this time. It's a necessity to come back into this loving, grace-filled heart of ours. And so it is. Namaste.